Get ready, get set, because it's
time to go with the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. With your host with the most, the man voted most likely to smoke out with a Yeti, Mr. Brian Brown. Mr. Brian Brown. Now sit back and relax, because it's time to go live across the world. Because it's 420 Somewhere.
And boom, just like that, we are live. How is everyone doing on It's 420 Somewhere podcast, guys? It is Movie Monday, and I'm excited, guys. We got a format for this show that I'm excited about, guys. We are covering all things Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger, guys. I don't think he makes that noise, but we're covering all things Freddy Krueger today, guys. What you've stumbled into, what this madness is the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. We go live daily, Monday through Friday, and we cover a whole mess of topics, guys. We get in a mess of trouble. We're talking Movie Monday. We're talking Paranormal Tuesday. We're talking Weed Wednesday. We're talking True Crime Thursday, and then, of course, Baked and Unboxed on Friday. Charlie, what's up, Charlie? How's everyone doing today? Oh, man, I'm excited, guys. I'm excited about this one. This is the format that I let's scooch over there. This is the format that let's get comfortable. Let's get comfortable, guys. This is the format I kind of want to stick to for the podcast, where we do a whole theme of a day. So today, guys, we got the top 5 Nightmare on Elm Street kills. That's right, Freddy kills. We're covering his top 5 kills with Aurora Hayes, and then we got Chef Bud Smoke coming back, guys, and he's whipping up a Nightmare on Elm Street pasta dish. Oh man! And then we are going to cover the origins of A Nightmare on Elm Street, the whole franchise. And then I'm going to give you my I don't know why I did that for my 2 ideas of how the next Nightmare on Elm Street should go. So we got a whole mess of stuff to get into. Oh man, yes we do. Yes we do. All right, guys. So we're going to get into the top 5 with Aurora Hayes. We should be perfect, timed out, perfect. All right, guys, these are the top 5 Freddy kills. We'll be right back.
In the 1940s, when the jazz was fine, we had a mindset on a golden high. With Aurora Hayes, we danced through the haze, imagine adventures.
Actually, that's going to come in a minute. The video is still processing. Oh man. Oh, how's everyone doing? Let's do a quick little roll call. I know that's a morning thing, but let's see who's all in here, guys. Hey, if you haven't checked out that morning show yet, man, you need to. It's a good time. We got a great crowd in there, great people. Just good stuff. All right, we got, man, if I could work my mouse today. We got Chantel in the house. Russ, how you doing, Russ? We got Honey Nut Heroin. How's the job going, Russ? Rosie Key, how you doing? We got Teresa Della. We got Supernova Mike. I'm getting ready to text you, Mike. I'll be headed down to Bullhead shortly if you're around, right after the show, matter of fact. And then I already hit up Nancy and Matt. Anyone else down in Bullhead, let me know, and I'll meet you down there. Teresa Della, I will drop your stuff off personally because you rock, Teresa Della. Charlie. What's up, Charlie? How you doing, buddy? Chris Zucchini in the house. How you doing, buddy? All right, guys, we got a few minutes before 420 hits. And what are we going to get into today? You know what? Actually, let me throw this graphic up real quick, guys. I'm going to go grab my weed real quick. I smoke before the show because I cough. I cough like a big dog, and it's hard to do the show before you while you're coughing. as you guys probably already know. So I'm getting into something, guys, and I almost don't want to tell you. It's such a great deal and such good weed. I almost just want to keep it to myself. Oh, I almost just want to keep it to myself. All right, here we go, guys. We got 2 minutes before 4:20. Let's remove this. All right, guys. So I'm going to give you a little hint here. So this is Eighth Bros. Normally, Eighth Bros are a budget weed, which they still are, but this Northern Lights. Woo! This is the one, guys. This is the one to get. These things are super cheap, eighths. This thing is coming in at 34%. And I'm telling you, man, I've already bought 2 ounces of it. Oh, ooh, it smells so good. Oh, so good. So fresh and so clean. Check out this nug coming out of here. This is like, I think it's like $10 eighth, $15 eighth. It's cheap, man. Look at this thing. Big old bud coming off of there, all leafy. Look at those big old leaf. Oh, man, it's good. Northern Lights, guys. This is the one to get. I almost want to keep it a secret because it's such a good deal. Get on down there and max that sucker out, man. I'm going to do one more before it's over, guys. All right, we got 1 minute. What's everyone getting into? I have an ounce on an ounce right now. I love harvest season. Yes. All right, guys, blow up those comments. What's everyone getting into for this 420? Whatever it is, guys, remember, the world's a mean bastard place, but we're here for one another, guys. It's going to turn around. Life is too short. Life is too short to be bumming around, guys. So I want you to get in that mode, get in that positive, guys. Whatever you're going through, it's bullshit. It's going to turn around for you. It's just a little blip in the road, guys. So let's breathe in that positivity and let's exhale that negativity, guys. Get in where you fit in. Do what you're doing right now because it's 420, guys, and we care about you and you're super important. Whoop! And boom, that was 420, guys. A nightmare on 420 Street. That's right. How was everybody's 420? Hey, Harley, how you doing? How you feeling? Is that migraine getting any better? Oh, man, migraine's horrible, guys, horrible. I hate migraines, man. Poor Harley. Hopefully you're feeling better. Hey, Nancy, how you doing? I just messaged Matt about your guys' stuff. So check your messages. Somewhat been in the dark room all day. That's the worst part of those freaking migraines, man, is the light fucks with you. Mine used to be, have you seen? I really like that one. That's a really good one. The Dylan's New Nightmare. Yeah, really cool. Mine were like if someone took your flash, like photo with the flash. That's how my migraines used to be. But then I got my wisdom teeth pulled, and I haven't really got a migraine since. Knock on wood. Hopefully, it stays away. I'm not saying that's the cure-all, but it worked for me. All right, guys, we are covering all things Nightmare on Elm Street today, guys. Starting with top 5, Freddy's Kills, guys. So this is Aurora Hayes, our gal, covering the top 5 Freddy Kills from the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, guys. This is actually pretty good. And then we're going to get into a pasta dish. And then I'm going to give you a breakdown of Nightmare on Elm Street and the 2 ways I would bring it back. All right, so here we go, guys. Let's get into it.
In the 1940s when the jazz was fine, had our mind set on a golden high. With Aurora Hayes we danced through the haze, imagined adventures that would forever amaze. Oh, Aurora Hayes, light up our days, spark those cannabis dreams in a magical ways. With every puff our spirits would rise to limitless heights under star skies. Oh, Aurora Hayes, light up our days.
Greetings, horror aficionados. Your favorite host, Aurora Hayes from thedailydank.com, is here to take you on a spine-chilling journey. Today we're dissecting the top 5 most terrifying kills the classic Nightmare on Elm Street series. From deviously creative to downright gruesome, we've got it all. So buckle up, folks, as we delve into the eerie world of Nightmare on Elm Street. Starting at number 5, our first nightmare kill is one that really gets under your skin. Picture this: you're in your dream, everything is groovy, and then out of nowhere, Freddy's claws start to emerge, not from the shadows, but from within you. A chilling sensation ripples over your body, and before you know it, you're no longer the puppeteer, but the puppet on Freddy's string. Reminds me of that one time I mistook a ghost pepper for a bell pepper in my burrito. Talk about a nightmare on my taste buds. I was breathing fire, and for a moment I thought I was going to turn into a dragon. Thankfully, there were herbal remedies to soothe my scorched tongue. Now that's what we call a skin-crawling start. Moving on to number 4, this nightmare kill is sure to leave you with goosebumps. Picture this: a mind-bending blend of reality and dream, where the lines blur and fear takes hold. Our 4th nightmare kill plunges us into a world where the mere act of sleeping becomes a death sentence. Here we find our unsuspecting victim, trapped in a hauntingly familiar place twisted by the dream demon, Freddy. The air crackles with tension as the eerie silence is broken by a chilling lullaby. Suddenly, Freddy emerges from the shadows, his infamous glove gleaming in the dim light. A sinister grin spreads across his scarred face as he delivers his taunting one-liners, making the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. And then, in a swift, heart-stopping moment, the nightmare reaches its terrifying climax. Freddy claims another victim, leaving nothing but a chilling echo in the silence. Feel the chills yet? Hold tight, because we're just getting started. We're at number 3 now, folks, and it's only getting creepier. Enter the 3rd nightmare kill, a harrowing scene that's enough to make even the bravest of souls shudder. Picture this: a haunting melody echoing through the air, the tension in the room so thick you could cut it with a knife. Quite literally if you're Freddy. What's more terrifying than a man who can turn your dreams into your worst nightmares? Not much, I'd wager, unless you count my ex. But let's not digress. Freddy's victim in this scene is in for a rude awakening, or should I say, a horrifying slumber. It's a chilling reminder that sleep isn't always the safe haven we believe it to be. It's a cruel twist of irony, isn't it? The very place we seek solace becomes our undoing. Remember, if you need a breather, take a moment. Rest assured, we'll be right here waiting when you're ready to dive back in. Brace yourselves for number 2 on our list. It's a real nightmare. Imagine you're in a world where the lines between dreams and reality are blurred. You're caught in Freddy's twisted game, where the only rule is fear. Picture this: a seemingly ordinary room transforms into a chamber of horrors. Suddenly the walls close in, the floor gives way, and you're plunged into a nightmarish abyss. Just when you think it's over, Freddy appears, his sinister laugh echoing in the darkness. His razored glove swoops down and, well, the less said about the aftermath, the better. This is the stuff that nightmares are made of, brought to you by the Healing Center of Needles, where the only thing scarier than Freddy is running out of your favorite strain. You might want to check under your bed after that one. And finally, we've reached number 1, the ultimate nightmare kill that tops our list. This ghastly demise is a masterstroke of horror, an eerie ballet of fear and dread. It's the stuff of nightmares, a chilling tableau that's seared into our collective psyche. This kill is not just horrifying, it's iconic. It's the epitome of Freddy's twisted creativity, a testament to the sheer terror he can unleash. And there you have it, folks, the nightmare that reigns supreme. Well, that was a roller coaster of horror, wasn't it? We've traversed the top 5 Nightmare Street kills, each one more chilling than the last. We appreciate you journeying with us through this nightmare. Remember, if you need some healing after all that horror, take some time to restore your balance. Until next time, stay spooky and just keep smoking.
Hey, she said it. Just keep smoking. We got the line in. Nice, nice. Just keep smoking, folks. Just keep smoking. So that was, the last one, the number one. I like it, but technically it wasn't a kill because Nancy lives. So that was a little bit of an error, but I do love that scene with the coming out of the water. And we got baby Johnny Depp in there. Baby Johnny Depp. Oh man, the babysitter death in the New Nightmare was pretty crazy. That one is one. Oh man, that's awesome. That was a good one. That was a good one, guys. All right, so we're gonna get into my bit here, guys. My bit of A Nightmare on Elm Street. Let's throw this up, guys. We all know the great Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, where are we at here? All right. All right. Oh, you know what we didn't do? I'm a mess, guys. Anything can happen when you're live. Anything can happen when you're live. All right, guys, let's roll. Do we have Movie Monday anymore? Excuse me. See if I still got that graphic. I do. All right. Somewhat organized over here, guys. All right, let's get into Movie Monday. Wow. All right, guys, it's officially Movie Monday. I love this community, man. The way you guys talk to each other and recommend shows. You guys rock, man. You really do. Give yourself a big pat on the back, guys, because you guys are the best. All right, boom. That's the scene I really like, guys. That's one of my favorite scenes, and we're going to get into A Nightmare on Elm Street, guys. We are going to do a deep dive. We're unraveling the nightmare, a recap of A Nightmare on Elm Street film series, guys. Welcome, horror aficionados, to a spine-tingling journey through one of the most iconic horror franchises of all time, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Created by the visionary Wes Craven, this series is a masterclass in blending horror, fantasy, and psychological terror. So grab your weed and stay awake, guys. Grab that sativa because Freddy Krueger is lurking in the shadows. That is right. So watch out for Freddy, guys. He is nothing nice. This whole series started in 1984. Our nightmare begins in 1984 with the original film, Elm Street. A seemingly ordinary suburban neighborhood becomes the haunting ground for Freddy Krueger and a vengeful spirit with a glove adorned with razor-sharp blades. Freddy torments the dreams of Nancy Thompson, who that isn't Nancy Thompson, so let's go ahead and switch that one out, guys. Let's see. This is Nancy. That's good old Nancy. Terrorizes Nancy. Sorry, guys. Who's played by Heather Langenkamp, who I met at a horror con and who is freaking amazing. Great, great actress, great lady. So Freddy terrorizes her and her friends, leading to a gruesome deaths in the real world. The film's unique concept of a dying in your dreams leaves a lasting mark on horror cinema. So this basically started. It was implied that Freddy was kind of a child molester. They didn't flat out say it like in the new one, but it was implied, and that the parents, or maybe he was suspected of being a child molester, but the parents took matters into their own hands and they burned this dude to death. Well, then Freddy became, he had powers, and then he came back and he was killing the kids of the parents that killed him. So that leads us into a second, A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. Now, this movie has nothing to do with the rest of the series. This is a standalone, weird movie. It's cool, but it has nothing to do with the series. So in this sequel, Freddy Krueger possesses the body of Jesse Walsh, Mark Patton, a teenage boy, as he seeks to enter the real world. The film took a different approach by exploring themes of repressed sexuality and the struggle for identity. While garnered mixed reviews, it remains a curiosity in the franchise. Like I said, that one was a little different, um, but they decided to turn it around and they decided to get back into the swing of things, which this should have been the second one. Film number 3, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Warriors. One of my favorites, guys. Welcome to, oh, you know what? Let's throw up this graphic since we got it. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, guys. Welcome to prime time, bitch. Freddy returns with a vengeance in Dream Warriors. This time he faces a group of teenagers who possess unique dream powers. Nancy Thompson returns as a therapist, helping the young Dream Warriors confront their fears. The film strikes a balance between horror and fantasy, giving Freddy his iconic one-liners. And let's not forget Dokken. The band Dokken was on the soundtrack. Fucking Dokken. Who remembers Dokken? Oh my God. One of the worst freaking bands of all time. At least I think so. You guys might not think so, but I definitely do. I want to see some of these comments. It's weird how they do things like Silent Hill games too, but nothing to do with 1 and 3. That is, let's have another movie night soon. We're at Avatar 2. Yeah. Definitely, guys. We got Danktober coming up. Healing Center is sponsoring it. We're going to have all sorts of games and nights. And just wait, guys. Danktober. I'm working actually with them right now on coming up with some decent ideas. All right, guys. And that leads us into film number 4, A Nightmare on Elm Street, The Dream Master. So this one is Freddy resurrects from the grave to continue his reign of terror. He targets Alice Johnson, Alicia Wilcox, who inherits the dream powers of her deceased friends. The Dream Master leaned on MTV culture of the 80s and the further solidified Freddy's status as a pop culture icon. Yeah, this is when the machine was in full go on Freddy, man. MTV was behind it, which meant all the kids were in on it. You had Will Smith, it's a nightmare on my street. Remember that? And then this set up for the next one, which I like, that they kept a lot of the same characters for for 4 and 5. So this is A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, guys. This is where things get a little different. Things get a little different. I don't know if this is from that movie, probably not, but we're looking at it anyway. All right, so Alice returns in this installment as Freddy haunts the dreams of her unborn child, Jacob. The film explores the themes of pregnancy and birth in a dark, twisted way. Yeah, I would say so. And then while it was well received as predecessors, it continued to expand the franchise's lore. All right, guys, and then we go to film number 6, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. Promising to be the final nightmare, the film delves into Freddy's origin and dark history. Freddy's daughter, Lisa Zane, Maggie Burrows, takes center stage as she confronts her father and the secrets of his past. Despite its title, this wasn't the end of Freddy. Big surprise. Alice Cooper made an appearance as Freddy's evil stepdad in this one. And then we got a Wes Craven's A New Nightmare in 1994. Wes Craven returns to the series, blurring the lines between fiction and reality. The cast and crew from the original film are haunted by a dynamic entity that takes the form of Freddy. This meta horror film adds a layer of depth to the franchise. Yeah, so this is different, but I mean, definitely really good. And then Freddy versus Jason. We can't forget that one, guys. You got the two facing off, the icons, the big dogs, the main event. Pretty good. Oh, let me stretch it out, guys. Sorry. Neck has been bothering me. Definitely a good one. It's Freddy versus Jason, Godzilla versus King Kong, Superman versus Batman. Take my money. Just take my money. That's what I say on that. And then film number 9 would be A Nightmare on Elm Street. This would be a reboot of the original. They just flat out call him a child molester in this one. They just flat out call him a child molester in this one. I don't really care for the newer one. It was all right. I couldn't use the second story bathroom in my elementary school because of Freddy. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Um, so that's a quick recap on that, guys. So that's where we're at in the franchise right now. And then there's been other ones like Dylan's Nightmare and like the indie ones. So if I was tasked, if the big studio, Dreamscape or whoever it is who owns it now, comes to me and they like, Brian, we need an idea to relaunch this franchise. Not a reboot though. We want to bring Robert England back in some way, shape, or form, and we want to go old school with this. What do you have? All right, guys. So this would be one I call A Nightmare on Elm Street Reawakening. That would be the title of it. So the basically the story is years have passed since Freddy Krueger last terrorized the dreams of Elm Street. The town has moved on, believing the nightmare is finally over. However, a new generation of teenagers begin to experience haunting dreams, and the legend of Freddy resurfaces. This film reconnects the original series while introducing a fresh set of characters. So we're going to introduce a new set of characters. This is a group of diverse, relatable teens, because that's what you got to do now. That's the formula, though, right? You got the stoner, you got the jock, you got the cheerleader, you got the smart kid. So that's kind of the formula. Each with their own unique dreams and fears. They come together when they realize they've all been experiencing the same disturbing nightmares. So now I want to bring Nancy back. So Nancy's return. Nancy, now an adult and an expert in dream psychology, returns to Elm Street. She begins a mentor to the new group of teens, guiding them in their battle against Freddy. So kind of a little dream warrior-ish. I would start it off as more of a therapy, and then maybe Nancy then brings them together. Um, you know, um, and maybe it's not about Freddy at that point. Maybe it's about kids having nightmares, and we can deal into the whole social stuff, and they're afraid of the president or whatever it may be, and they're having these nightmares. And Nancy comes in, and she's trying to get on with her life, and then they start talking, and the name Freddy gets said. So Freddy Krueger's malevolent spirit awakens due to the collective fear of the new generation. He begins to target the teenagers in their dream, using their fears against them. So just for the fact that they bring Freddy up, then it's like Beetlejuice. You say his name 3 times, and all of a sudden he comes back. But I like the idea of using anxiety, using the thing that ADHD, these things to bring back Freddy, the things that we fear as a society, these little quirks, if you will, and then use that to bring back Freddy. So if you're going to expand the mythology, uncover more about Freddy's backstory and how he became the dream demon, like making deals with the devil, whatever he need, like those type of thing. Really explore the origins of his power to connect, and the connection to the town of Elm Street. Why is it just Elm Street? You really need to tie that in. And then the character development is going to be as they struggle with their past traumas, forging friendships, and learning to harness their inner strengths to battle Freddy. So again, very Dream Warrior-ish, but different. And then the final showdown, Nancy and the teenagers confront Freddy in a climactic battle in the dream world. This time they must find a way to weaken Freddy's power and banish him for good. So, during that discovery period, they're going to discover his pact with the devil and the Satanism and how it all came to be, and how they can seal the book or whatever it may be to seal him up and send him back to hell once and for all. So then the open-ended conclusion is going to be, I'm going to leave the ending. I would leave the ending open for potential sequels or spin-offs, teasing the idea that Freddy may never truly be defeated. So whatever object they use to send him back, show a little crack in it. Show something to show that, maybe it didn't take him. So that was my first idea, guys. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? Like I said, it's kind of an easy one. It's an easy one. Appreciate all the hashtags, guys. Appreciate it. That's a pretty easy one. I kind of took a little bit from Dream Warriors, but let's talk a whole new one, guys. This would be A Nightmare on Elm Street Legacy of Dreams, I'm calling this one. Set in the same universe as the original films, Legacy Dreams explores the aftermath of Freddy Krueger's reign of terror and the lingering effects on Elm Street. It combines element of horror and psychological thriller as it introduces a new protagonist with a connection to the past. So, the haunted Elm Street. So Elm Street on the current day is still haunted by its dark past. People avoid the neighborhood, believing it's cursed. The town's residents are haunted by nightmares and unexplained occurrences. So they're still seeing stuff, but Freddy isn't around. It's just, they're spooked. They're spooked. The new protagonist, I'm going to introduce a new character who descends of one of Freddy's survivors. This character begins to experience disturbing dreams and realize they have inherited a unique connection to Freddy. So during the investigation and revelation, the protagonist delves into the town's history, uncovering forgotten secrets about Freddy and his victims. They discover that Freddy's that his evil spirit may be lurking in the town's collective unconscious. And then the return of Freddy. Freddy Krueger starts to regain his power, feeding on the fears and nightmares of the town's residents. He begins to haunt the dreams of the new protagonists around those around him. So now the psychological section of this, guys, the horror, the film leans heavily into psychological horror, blurring the lines between dream and reality. The protagonist struggles to discern what is real and what is dream. So like one scene, he would be at a bar having a good time, got a little buzzed. He goes out in the alleyway to pee. The alleyway starts coming alive. He's buzzed. Is he passed out? Is he awake? And these are the things that kind of bring up Freddy again. Alliances and betrayals. The protagonist forms alliances with others who have been affected by Freddy's legacy. However, not everyone can be trusted, and some may have their own agendas. Descent into the dream world. The climax of the film involves a harrowing journey into the dream world where the protagonist confronts Freddy on his own turf. They must find a way to break the cycle of fear. And then the resolution, the film concludes with the resolution that addresses the legacy of Freddy Krueger, offering a sense of closure by leaving room for future stories in the Elm Street universe. So this is basically just an idea to reopen that franchise. There you go. Yeah, there you go. I'm not even going to try to say it. When I see it, I can say it if I don't see it, but when I see it, yeah, evil. He's evil, Lottie. Oh man. So that's pretty awesome. I think those would be some pretty good ideas, guys. Someone connected to Freddy Krueger. You could bring it back. I would go with a CG, I think, Freddy, but use Robert Englund's voice. So an actor, but have the mask. Like they're doing such good CG now. Have it like alive and like just a whole new game, man, that we can bring back and Robert Englund is saying that he's not built anymore for doing the stunts and the physicalness that he did. So what I would do would be I would bring back Robert Englund, but like I said, with a guy, and you do the CG face and you do Robert Englund's voice and let the guy do all the work. I think that'd be pretty good. I think that would be really good. So those are my ideas to bring Nightmare on Elm Street back, guys. What would you do? What are some of your comments, guys? While you think about that, we are going to get into today's recipe, guys. That's right. We got a recipe today from our buddy Chef Bud Smoke. This is a Nightmare on Elm Street pasta, guys. Wait till you see this.
Ever tried to chop garlic with a Freddy Krueger glove? Let me tell you, it's a nightmare on Elm Street. and in the kitchen. Now imagine this. It's Halloween night, and Chef Bud Smoke is in his kitchen, decked out in full Freddy Krueger regalia, ready to cook up a storm. I reach for the garlic, and with my gloved hand, I attempt to chop. It's a sight to behold, folks. Garlic flying everywhere, the glove clanging on the chopping board, me laughing like a maniac. Today's culinary adventure is brought to you by the Healing Center of Needles, your go-to spot for holistic health. We're located at 1400 Needles Highway. Come on down and say hi. Now back to our nightmare. So, after that disaster, I decided to stick to my chef knives. But let's see if we can bring a little Elm Street into our dish today. All right, folks. Inspired by our favorite nightmare, we're gonna whip up something I like to call the Elm Street Special. Now, this dish is as devious as Freddy Krueger himself, but don't worry. It's not gonna haunt your dreams. It's a spicy tomato sauce pasta with a twist, a fiery delight that'll turn up the heat in your kitchen. Let's start with the ingredients. You're gonna need a couple of ripe tomatoes as red as the infamous Elm Street door, and then there's the garlic, as essential as a good old horror flick jump scare. You'll also need a handful of fiery red chili peppers to give our dish that signature Krueger kick. Now, chopping these ingredients is like a scene right out of A Nightmare on Elm Street. Imagine each slice of the knife, each chop of the garlic or tomato as a strike from Freddy's iconic glove, bringing flavor instead of fear. Be careful though, don't get too carried away. We wouldn't want any real nightmares in the kitchen, would we? While we're on the subject of nightmares, let's take a moment to mention our sponsor, the Healing Center of Needles. They're located on Needles Highway, which sounds like a place you'd find in a horror movie, doesn't it? But don't worry, they're all about healing and wellness. So if this dish turns out to be a bit too spicy for you, you know where to go. And don't forget the pasta. We're going with spaghetti for our Elm Street special because who doesn't love the classic image of long, stringy noodles resembling the tangled web of dreams and nightmares that Freddy Krueger weaves? All right, we've got our ingredients ready, our pasta boiling, and our sauce simmering. The kitchen is filled with a spicy aroma that's both tantalizing and a little terrifying, just how we like it. Now let's get these ingredients simmering and hope we don't end up with a real nightmare on our hands. All right, our Elm Street special is coming along nicely. No nightmares yet, folks. It's time to bring it all home, like a well-timed scare in the final act of a horror flick. We've got our sauce simmering, the aroma wafting through the air, hinting at the delicious terror we're about to unleash on our taste buds. Now, let's introduce the pasta to its saucy partner. Remember, timing is everything, just like in a good horror movie. You wouldn't want to fall asleep at the wheel here, or should I say, at the stove. We wouldn't want Freddy Krueger showing up, now would we? While we wait for the pasta to cook, let's take a moment to give a shout out to our sponsor, the Healing Center of Needles. Nestled at 1400 Needles Highway, they've got remedies for all sorts of ailments. If this Elm Street special gives you a case of the spicy nightmares, they might just have the cure. All right, it's time to drain the pasta. Be careful now, we don't want any steam burns. That's a different kind of nightmare we're not interested in. Mix the pasta and the sauce thoroughly. You want every strand to be coated, every bite to be an explosion of flavor. Now for the final act, the plating. Serve it up on a dish, make sure to get plenty of sauce. Sprinkle some Parmesan on top, because why not? It's like the final twist in a horror movie. A little something extra to make everything more exciting. And there you have it, folks, the Elm Street special. Delicious enough to keep you awake, and hopefully not give you any nightmares. Remember, cooking is an adventure, sometimes thrilling, sometimes scary, but always worth it. So keep on cooking, keep on experimenting, and most importantly, keep having fun. After all, the kitchen is just another stage, and every meal is a performance. Until next time, this is Chef Bud Smoke, reminding you that the only real nightmare is a dull knife. Stay sharp, folks.
All right, that was cool. That was cool. How do you guys like? Yeah, you probably shouldn't could be cooking if you're gonna fall asleep at the stove. That's just common sense, right? Oh, Honey Nut Heroine, you're the best. You're the best. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. What do you guys think of the theme that we ran the whole Nightmare on Elm Street gamut, the top 5 cooking segment, main dish? What do you guys think of that? Do you something that we should stick with, some kind of format? I kind of liked it. I like the way the theme just kind of flowed. All right, guys, stay tuned. We're going to be coming to you live tomorrow at 7:10 a.m. We got a good one. Tomorrow is Paranormal Tuesday, guys, and we are going to be whipping up some really cool comments in the morning. We're going to be looking at the top hoaxes, paranormal hoaxes caught, balloon boy, all sorts of stuff. We're going to be talking, ghost hunters. They got caught pulling a blanket once or twice. The ghost adventurers, they've been caught. We're going to talk the top paranormal fake outs out there, mainstream. So that should be exciting, guys. And then for tomorrow's 420, we are going to be covering an infamous, you got to just wait, guys. I want to make sure we could do this. It's going to be like phantoms and poltergeists. It's basically going to be poltergeists that we're covering. I'm super interested in it. These are the mean ones. These are the ones that are coming at you, not just Casper the Friendly Ghost. This is a poltergeist, guys. All right, so I'm excited about that. I appreciate you guys. Get in on these giveaways, guys. We still got the Clueless. Boom. That's going to be at the end of the month, which is coming sooner than later. And then we got the Encino Man. Hashtag Encino. Hashtag Clueless. And then hashtag Mod Squad, guys. We got that awesome statue. I got a video for it. I just need to upload it. We're going to be pushing that more in the next couple of days. And a whole new set of giveaways for October coming at you guys. So make sure you're looking out for that. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to get out of here. Well, we have 45 minutes today. Nice. All right, guys, you take care. Remember, keep that positivity flowing. Hey, Harley, hope you feel better. Everyone out there, if you got any ailments, I hope you feel better too. And I will see you guys at 7:10 a.m.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com.
Check out our merchandise and amazing content.
And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.